Hello everyone, and welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. What we have here today is going to be some low elo legends. Maybe mid elo, we'll call it that. Seal Dog that we're looking at over here, the quick match ranked number 30,000 or thereabouts in the world. Gold 1 in ranked. I'm going to be playing here on Hideout. Over on the other side in the yellow, Sebastian. Going to be playing the House of Lancaster. Seal Dog on the French. This is a map, obviously. Your town centers are pretty close to each other, but there's a lot of wood in the way. Resources are going to be spread out around the edges of the map. Going to get through the stuff you have in your base, aside from the wood, obviously, pretty quickly. Of course, 2 ways to get around the sides. And all this means potentially going to be some chaos. If the game goes for long enough, it's definitely feasible to chop through the middle. And then these guys are going to be able to funnel units straight through to each other. See Pink here. Running through the base, finding Sebastian. Going to take some arrow fire from the TC, but going to be completely fine. Doing some good scouting around the map. On the other side, Sebastian looks like programming some straight lines here, not really deviating to get sheep. Maybe not keeping an eye on his scout as a result. Only having 4 sheep after going all the way around the map here. Seal Dog feeling a little better having 7 right now. Very methodical for Sebastian now, just straight lines around the edges. Maybe he's going to come back, fill in the rest. Does go out of his way a bit to get that sheep. Going to be feeling a little better, 5 against 7 right now. Got 4 more at home. Only 1 right now for Seal Dog, so he's going to need to get home soon. Drop off some more sheep. Have a look at the village account. So the French player 9 on food. Does have enough gold to age up already. Going to be shifting over to wood here. Must have had some extra villagers on gold before, I think. Going to be the Lancaster Castle for Sebastian. And the placement feels very passive. This is your safe area behind the town center. At least until that wood is chopped through. Maybe that's the anticipation here, but would have liked it maybe at the front of the base, maybe on the gold. Something that's going to give him a bit more value. Town center does just about reach the back of the gold pack here. Not quite the case for Pink. So a little extra defense wouldn't do too badly. Gonna be the School of Cavalry for our French player. No huge surprises there. He's taking a mill on the deer and on the berries. Just aging up both players with 4 villagers. It'd be nice to complete this mill because the villagers will be able to drop off the deer there, but Sebastian going to hit feudal age first. Seal Dog not too far behind. He's going to complete that mill after they're done. And the scout, again, running a little deep under the town center. Sebastian garrisons it up, and he will pick up that scout. It's gonna limit the vision that Seal Dog has of what his opponent is doing. Not going to have enough straight away for a Royal Knight. We see if he queues one up afterwards. He's going to place an archery range, so looks like he wants to be aggressive in the feudal age. Doesn't want this game to drag on too long, but we'll see how it goes. Going to be difficult to push in here. We do have stone being taken. Might just be for manor houses. We'll see if he does anything else with it. A barracks and an archery range in anticipation for Sebastian. Pretty safe bet against a French player usually to have a barracks. Do have a Royal Knight in queue, another one already on the way. They're going to head over to the other side of the map and see if they can get some damage done. This gold, I suspect, is going to be under pressure. It's going to be the first place that Seal Dog attacks. Again, Lancaster Castle being on the front would have been nice. Sebastian's going to put an outpost down here to protect from the knights. If Seal Dog moves in soon, tower might be too late. It's going to rush it up with the second villager. Yeoman and Spearmen are going to be in queue here. And the first knight is coming in. Outpost is not finished. Unfortunately not getting a charge off. Could have potentially got that villager. The charge damage and the extra damage bonus. He's going to be able to siege the outpost. Yellow's going to try to rush it up, but that's going to be dangerous for the villagers. Spearman, first one heads out. And Pink pulls away. Meanwhile, Scout is fighting a Yeoman on the other side. Yellow wants to attack from the south. He's going to be able to shoot at some villagers here, those Yeomen having plenty of range. But Royal Knights picking up some villagers, just the one for now, on the tower, so would have been good to see this tower go up a little faster, but Pink getting pushed away all the same. He's going to have one knight lead the Spearman away, and I love this. Second one goes back in, not going to find anything, the villagers are towered up. Yeoman, though, going to push villagers away, but Pink is prepared, he's got 5 archers of his own. Yeoman is a good archer, but it's not going to be able to deal with 5. So Pink pulls the knight away. Keeps it alive on low health, this one. Gonna run most of the way back home. Yeoman funneling around this side of the map. Gonna be brought home. I think Yellow's feeling a bit of pressure from Royal Knights. Has abandoned the gold. Even while having that tower, can be a worry that knights are going to come in when you're not looking and find some villager kills. Pink racking up some more knights, not slowing down. Going to have 7 archers and 4 knights out in the field now. Yellow, just the 1 Yeoman and 5 spears. So if an archer push comes in, those 5 spears are not going to be enough, and knights are going to run havoc through his base. Knights now. Injured one coming home. Others are going to potentially look around to see if Yellow's out on some other resources, or just going to charge in. Knights on both sides of the map. Knight's going to find a Yeoman to kill over here. More towers from Yellow. It's going to pull the Spearman away. We'll see if Pink decides to dive in with the Knights from the other side. Loses a Knight here. Unfortunate for that, for him. Not paying attention and the Spears get it. Knights are going to have another go, but Sebastian senses this is coming, garrisons up and moves the spear over. Knights considering diving in, don't want to get stuck behind the spears though, and so they pull back. Seal Dog not showing any signs of slowing down in the feudal age. Would love to have these archers supporting the knights though. Gonna be another barracks. And manor houses going down beautifully in the back. So these manors are gonna have extra health and an arrow slit emplacement, but again, placed very defensively, not going to give any support in any battles, unless the knights go very deep. Knights have a go again pushed away by the spearmen, and these archers are badly needed. Might find some villagers over here, the villagers retreat. These ones duck in the town center and into the tower. It's going to get a lot of firepower onto the knights. Pink has to retreat and loses one knight for it. Spearman managed to catch it. So Pink right now is going to send out some archers. I do like that. It's only the 5 spears on the field for now for yellow, so really lacking in army. Looks to be aging up to the castle age. Pink gets another villager kill for his trouble. Just creating some more idle time for yellow. But ultimately spending quite a lot in the feudal age on units, not getting a huge amount. Chivalry comes through, so this knight will heal up. And he's going to poke from another side. Finds some good damage on some villagers. And I do like it. Just comes in, gets a villager kill, idles the economy, keeps the knights alive. Spearmen try to chase out, but they can't go too far. And at the same time, an attack from the other side. Knight fumbles on the gold vein. Doesn't get the charge. But the archers do some damage. And again, the eco is being idled. And Pink is now just going back and forth between the two sides. Got to be careful of the spears. The villagers are sitting idle, need to get back to work. Seal Dog, though, doing these great attacks, but having some idle eco at home. 11 idle villagers. He's taking advantage of the fact that the fights are happening on the other side of the map, getting out on all the food sources around the map. So I do like the map control that he's getting. White Tower going to come down in the base. Seal Dog pulling ahead in eco, but he's not being careful with these knights and they run straight into the spears. Will retreat. This knight doesn't make it out. The White Tower comes up and snipes him out. Rest of them will heal up eventually. He's going to start to have a difficult time pushing in under the White Tower here. Yellow playing this very defensively. Yellow's looking out, sees this push coming in immediately, this raid, and another knight is lost. Yellow falling behind in villages a little bit, but of course French does make them faster, and there's a lot of manor houses behind. Getting some passive income for him. Going to be a monastery now as well, now that he's up into the castle age. French player looking like he wants to get up to castle age as well. Archers are here though. So is he going to try to make something happen in this age? Blacksmith is in now. Has got most of his first set of upgrades on the units. Maybe a misclick on the archery range. In a bit of danger here. Spearmen get on. One of the knights will go down again. Archer's not in the position to help out. And in fact, Seal Dog looks to be committing to the feudal age. Gonna push in now. Yeoman and Spearman not upgraded, but there is a knight in return for yellow. has been clicked on a specific archer or something, runs around, does a full 360 around the archers. Unfortunately doesn't get any value for the knight. And now Pink really taking advantage of the map control, which I love. Taking his enemies, taking the deer from his enemy. But again, not going to have much luck pushing in under the white tower and the outpost. Seal Dog is watching this very closely. He knows exactly when to garrison up. And Seal Dog, I think, having a bit of trouble deciding how he's going to push in here. Just going to siege an archery range down. Not going to be too devastating for Sebastian. Pulls back the knight as it gets weak, which I really like. It's more knights positioned around. Maybe he just wants to get some vision in case his enemy moves out. Does need to pay attention, sieging this archery range while he's getting attacked. In danger of losing a knight again. Knights for English coming out too. Pink is going to retreat and he's going to save this knight. All the knights, I think, surviving from that. More manners for the Lancaster player. Beautiful compact base here. 2 manners going up at the same time, but the problem is going to be that he has no access to resources around the map. This gold's about to run out. He's going to start looking. Going to find a knight over here. Pick that up. There's more knights waiting on the gold mine. I think Seal Dog knows that his opponent's going to need that soon. Archers are in on their own. Need some support from knights. Do snipe out some villagers. And Seal Dog still content to stay in age 2. Only feudal age spears he's up against. Knights, of course, coming out as castle age knights. So they are going to be stronger than the royal knights. Pink going to find Yellow's army out of position. Able to pick off some spears. And this knight trying to find value on the archers, but the royal knights are there to support. And I think he's been clicked on a specific archer. He's going to run around trying to find that one guy. He says, fuck you in particular. Doesn't even attack the other archers in the mix there. Monk's trying to head out for some relics. Will get found by the archers. And Seal Dog now, aging up with the guild hall. Perhaps not feeling like he can close this game out very quickly. Not going for the Royal Institute, just wants to have the ability to generate some resources in the long term. Gonna take the boar, and a wolf is trying to help, fighting for the side of Gaia as well. Knights find some archers that killed the monk, and Seal Dog knows this, pulls the villagers away so they won't get raided. Do you like his attention to that? Other villagers, though, again, is just gonna try to sneak over to the deer here, I think, at the bottom, but that's exactly where Yellow is going, because he wants the relic. French gonna get some more villager kills. 8 so far, and he is sitting 9 villagers ahead now. His own villagers in danger here from knights. Are in the firing line, but meanwhile he's brought his own knights home. Doesn't have veterancy for them yet. Definitely going to need to get that. Because he's fighting into castle age knights. Of course he's got the numbers for now. Going to be dropping a lot of archery ranges and stables. Committing to this unit composition. Actually a switch into Arbaletrie coming out. It is going to be nice for for the knights that he's seeing from English here, or from Lancaster. Meanwhile, though, Sebastian drops 1 million production buildings, getting serious about pulling some army out on the field now, and is going to go up to the next stage. Spearman's still age 2, though. Gonna get his Billman upgrade, but still needs his veteran spears. Oh god, and the wolf has been chewing through villages here. Seal Dog finally realizes. But I think the wolf has had 4 kills. That's more worker kills than Sebastian's had right now. So economy feeling better for French. Having said that, a lot of villagers were just walking, maybe making these stats look a bit worse than they should be. Yellow, feeling like he's confident enough to move out on the map, can see now that Pink's army is on this side. And the Berkshire is going to start firing on the knights. It's covering pretty much the whole base, shoot halfway across the map. And Yellow hasn't forgotten about the relics, is going to go back for this one. And where is his monastery? Here it is. Got one in already. Helpin', says the monk. I think he's going to be okay, though. And Pink is rotating around. Going to be a little bit dangerous. If he keeps going, he's going to find a lot of villagers on this side. And the Berkshire continuing to shoot. Villagers get pulled back. As Sebastian knows he needs to get under the range of the Berkshire, which is enormous, but again, every defensive building, and there are a lot of them, have been placed right in the same spot. Not going to give Sebastian access to any more resources. Pink's going to see these mining camps now. He knows that his opponent needs the gold. So potentially he's going to keep an eye on those. He's having a look out over here. Yellow, though, snuck some villagers through to the south, picking up some stone for himself. Might want to get some walls or some more keeps. But really he's going to need boots on the ground. And it's going to be a second town center. Again, though, he's going to be able to create villages. But if there's nothing but wood, it doesn't even have the space to put farms down really anywhere. Had such a compact base. And Pink has found his villagers outside the base. That's going to be heavy casualties for Sebastian. And now his problem is going to be that he's just stuck in his base and can't go anywhere. There are trebuchets out now. And it feels like Seal Dog is just circling, waiting for his time to strike and potentially deliver the finishing blow. Sebastian now got 36 villagers on wood just because there's nowhere else for them to go. Doesn't feel safe going anywhere outside his base. Gonna be elite knights for Sebastian. A lot of knights out on the field for his opponent. Would like elite spears and some more of them too. Army size very small for Sebastian still. I think he's just feeling choked out of resources. French on the other side, just free reign. Taking the big gold, taking the deer. Has transitioned to a farming economy as well. And now yellow, just placing thousands and thousands of production buildings, but there's no economy to make units out of them. Don't think that's the problem that he has now. He's going to squeeze in some farms here. Villagers almost just chopping the trees to make space for them. Second town center working away. Unfortunately, the first one is idle. They're not currently catching up in the economy count either. Sees the knights moving across, has to pull the stone villagers back. Has an elite knight of his own on this side, but it's going to meet a Reboldekin, and that is going to take it down quickly. I like the counter raid, but Pink just not really concerned. Monk is going to head out, try to find more relics. Yellow knows Pink has moved his army onto this side. Going to find a couple of Royal Knights potentially. But isn't going to be able to take on this whole force. And Pink, considering diving in, I think. Not sure where these trebuchets have been. Still sitting at home. So Pink could definitely... Maybe doesn't feel confident, doesn't feel like he's seen the whole army for yellow. But could definitely start working away on these buildings here. University is going to come in for Sebastian, but he just doesn't have any gold. Nice little counter raid. Not going to find too many villagers. Can continue moving around. Pink now moving to a gold mine more or less on his opponent's side of the map. These units are going to guard the relic, I think. The only gold eco yellow has is going to be those relics and the manor houses. There's a big food economy back here. Yellow's looking at the outer resources, but they've already been taken. Could get away with a big dive in the base of Pink. There's basically nothing here to defend. But he's made himself known attacking these mills and mining camps, and so Pink is going to send some units back to defend. Meanwhile, a few knights having a look at what they can find, and more production buildings for yellow. But there's no resources to spend. Has nothing but wood. Hand cannoneers as well for Pink. And 19 barracks, 8 stables, and 13 archery ranges. Yellow currently has more production buildings than units on the field. And this raid, gonna find some villages, but gonna be shut down. The Knights retreat. Another town center coming in. Yellow maybe trying to secure this side of the map. He's going to head out to the gold here. Pink, though, realizes he hasn't been on this side of the map for a while. He's going to send some knights to have a look, some royal knights. And the trebuchets are going to start. Yellow just doesn't have anything to respond to this, really. Sebastian with the university, but can't afford the tax. Villagers are heading to the mining camp, but it's terrible timing. There's royal knights here. Royal Knights pulled back again. Some more knights from Lancaster have snuck through. Gonna do some counter raiding. Sebastian does have more economy, but he has no map control. Has basically no economy except wood. And right now trebuchets are just working through his army. Pink is going to see the units for yellow. I think he's going to realize he has a lot more. Still doesn't feel like he's going to move in. Happy to just hit some buildings with the trebuchets. Yellow, though, getting back on the gold. Getting an extra value mining camp here. Only 8,700 wood. He wants to save 50. Yellow still trying to find some... be a nuisance, basically, in the back of Pink's base. Pink is happy to send some knights back. This potentially, though, slowing Pink down, gets his elite royal knights in. Perhaps that's what he's been waiting for. Military units starting to come out, but this is a dangerous place to rally to. Still Castle Age spearmen here. Knights are being annoying in the back of the base. Making it difficult for Seal Dog to catch up with them. And this perhaps is making Seal Dog worried he doesn't have the units to deal with it. He's constantly having to send knights home to deal with these problems. Town bell has been rung, I think. Villagers run all the way to the outpost on the edge of the map. Not a great spot for them to be in. Seal Dog's just going to be slow and methodical. Work through these buildings. Knights find more places to kill villagers over here. Worker kills now in favor of Sebastian. Workers have to run forward to meet up with the army. These knights have done a full loop around the map. And yellow looks to fight this. He's going to have spearmen for the knights, but they're still only castle age. He's going to go for more villager kills, but he is going to get wiped out here if he's not careful. Has to pull back, and meanwhile, trebuchets are going to keep working on the buildings. Hand cannoneer is going to melt the spears here, and yellow relentless on these raids with the knights funneling around the side of the map. Pink could think about getting some walls up. Meanwhile, sacred sites being taken for yellow. Or at least one. Knights finding good kills. Economy now firmly in favor of yellow, but still struggling to get units on the field. A mangonel on its own isn't going to do it. Pink's still not feeling confident to dive in. The Berkshire is going to be able to reach a lot of the base. More knights in the back. And a proxy... Some proxy barracks coming down for yellow. I think he has more pressing issues, but Pink is being very cautious. Yellow doing a good job of buying himself time. Just chasing down villagers, being a nuisance, distracting Pink. And Pink now, I think, is just going to keep some knights at home to deal with these raids. Yellow, one brave culverin here. Pink not feeling confident to sit under the white tower, won't even come in to snipe out the culverin. The culverin is going to get the trebuchets if he's not careful here. Knights get found by Seal Dog in the back of the base. Meanwhile, the proxy barracks are coming on. Culverin's going to suffer here, though. But Seal Dog still not feeling confident to stay in the base under the white tower. Could really be prioritizing that with the trebuchet, instead working through the production buildings. Sebastian stacking up a lot of food, has been working on this gold for a while now. Also getting some passive gold from the manor houses, relics, sacred site as well. See what he wants to do with the proxy barracks. Unfortunately, he's got it grouped together with the others, I think. All his barracks are rallying over here. He's going to have to figure out what he wants to do here, because otherwise he's just going to be sending units from all the way in the south up to home. But now, starting to build up some units on the front here. Not actually enough to deal with Pink's army if he decides to move in. Villagers are going to get pulled to repair the cannon. The trebuchet. It's going to draw out units from yellow. Yellow really doesn't have units to spare here. But the white tower fires its cannon off and the Royal Knights retreat. Barracks have been built in the south. Not producing any units right now. Because he may as well take some of Seal Dog's stone in the meantime. Meanwhile, a ram heading south. Sebastian wants to change the game here. Change where these fights are happening. White Tower's going to be sieged down, but Sebastian has wood for days. Cannon is going to work through it pretty quickly. Ram has been sent into the base. Going to house Seal Dog potentially. Seal Dog's still being very cautious, but I think if this white tower goes down, he's going to feel confident to move in. There's an engagement here, but yellow's units are just pathing around, and now they start fighting. Get a mangonel shot off on the range units at the back. Needs to have it attack. Gets a shot off, but he chooses the Reboldican. Not going to do a huge amount of damage there. And Pink still choosing not to fight underneath this white tower. His opponent has 7 military units on the field. Sebastian struggling most for food now. Can fit a lot of farms in this area. Really needs to get on top of that. Doing pretty well for gold, and so he's just making siege units. Mangonel's going to try to get the trebuchet, but seems that the cannon for Pink did get destroyed. Gonna have another one coming through though. And yellow desperately trying to keep this white tower up. I think he realizes that Pink is never going to move in on him as long as this white tower is up. So he just needs to, it's almost like playing the Crucible. He just needs to make sure that he gets the siege, and then the army will melt on the static defenses. And now these proxy barracks starting to produce units, but they're all rallying back to the base anyway. Got all his barracks grouped up, or he's using F1 or something. And there's a keep drop on, like, near the farms. Sebastian's really trying to turn this game around, but needs these units to stay in the south where they're supposed to be. There's a big farming eco that's pretty much undefended. Again, he's going to come out, try to pick up the siege. There's quite a lot of cannons coming through though now. It's going to be a very expensive investment for Sebastian. But Pink retreats yet again. He's going to take his gold though. And the food sources. Lots of vills up here to support. 35. And Knights just rallying in. Gonna try to take the cannon again. Are gonna get one of them, 2. Gonna try for the 3rd. Not gonna be able to get the last one, I suspect. The white tower has gone down. Sebastian's gonna want to get that repaired. Pink still feeling cautious. Still not going deep. Just going to work on the production buildings. Some spearmen now running into Pink's base in the south. Not many of them though, and they're kind of giving away the game. Keep has been placed. Seal Dog isn't going to have too much trouble just moving some villagers away from here. In the meantime, everything's been brought forward to this location. Villagers are in the fight as well. White tower goes back up. And Seal Dog, despite having more than 5 times the army, still doesn't feel confident to move in. For too long, Yellow needs a lumber camp and some farms in here. For too long, he's going to chop all the way through to Seal Dog's base. I don't know if that's the intention. Gonna be rams coming in and a siege workshop in the south. These barracks still not having much impact. Still rallied to the north. Seal Dog is going to start working on the White Tower again. Cannons are going to get that down pretty quickly. We'll see if Seal Dog feels confident now. Earl's Guard causing havoc in the base of Seal Dog. Now, Yellow's on double the economy count. Seal Dog, if he loses this army, really doesn't have anything to replace it. Spent all his food, sitting on 3,000 gold in the bank. Does have 1,600 in the guild hall to take food. It's going to be siege workshops in the south. If Sebastian clutches this out, that's gonna blow my mind. Seal Dog's still reluctant to push in on the base. Berkshire is going to outrange the Royal Cannons. So it's going to want some trebuchets again, ideally. In the meantime, just going to keep pushing the base here, destroying buildings. But the Berkshire is shooting on the knights. Seal Dog finally feels like he needs to move in. There's trebuchets in his base. There's 1 million siege workshops, but they need to be making stuff. And after all this, we have something of a base race, but the Berkshire is going to come in clutch in that battle. Some arbaletiers, but most of them are still rallying forward. Sebastian's committed to this base race. Mangonels as well. Gonna do decent work on the arbaletiers. Cannons have to pull back. And a culverin in the south, but Seal Dog, I think, realizes he needs to start rallying some troops back here. There's no troop support, just siege in his base right now. These barracks still rallying back to his base. Knights will fall under the keep. The push is still on both sides, but Seal Dog really having a lot of trouble with this Berkshire. Sebastian not able to mass up any units though. He's going to try to rebuild the White Tower. Villagers now dying to the Berkshire. And Seal Dog's down to 32 villagers. Sitting on a ton of gold. Still has the guild hall available, got a good amount of food in it. But his own economy is in shambles. Royal Cannon for the Mangonel, gonna try to take down the keep as well, I suspect. Trebuchet is gonna fire on the College of Artillery. White Tower is about to come back up, and Sebastian still managing to hold. Seal Dog sees another keep and pulls back. Royal Cannon is going to be able to take this one down. Seal Dog hasn't managed to put down this attack in the bottom of the map. This one Spearman in Earl's Guard has been here the whole time. Finally shut down by the Knights. They get the cannon as well, and so Seal Dog still has nothing to deal with this keep in his base. White Tower goes back up. And Seal Dog's finally had enough. No, never mind. He retreats again. Cannon goes down yet again. Just not having any luck pushing into this base. Not feeling confident this whole time. The barracks are finally rallying from the proxy base into Seal Dog's actual base. More villagers are coming forward for more shenanigans. It's going to be stables now. And who tapped out? It's Seal Dog. He gives up. He says there's no way, there's literally no way to push in under the Berkshire in the White Tower. And Sebastian holds, clutches it out. Insane gameplay. We'll look at the stats here. Total unit count. Seal Dog ahead the whole time. Villagers, most, but some of these raids from Sebastian eventually pay off. Not once in the entire game does Sebastian have more units, more military units. Gets more resources gathered, but it's all wood. And those manor houses, I guess, just really coming in clutch, happy to sit in his base, get resources for free. Well, GG's. Congrats to Sebastian. And thank you for watching. We'll do this again soon.